I'm going to read The Adventure of Huckleberry Finn, Chapter 27. I crept near the door and listened. There was no one, so I tipped along and then I got down the stairs all right. There wasn't a sound anywhere. I slipped through a crack of the dining room door and see the man that was watching the calls, all sound asleep on their chairs. The lords opened into the parlor where the corpse was lying, and there was a candle in both rooms. I passed around the parlor doors was open. When I see the room and nobody in there but the remainder of the heater, so I shoved them back. But the front door was locked and the key wasn't there, and just then I heard somebody coming down the stairs, back behind me. I ran to the parlor and then took a sweep to the ground, and the only place I see to hide was the coffin. The little word showed along about the foot and showing the dead man's face down. 여보세요? 예. 어떤 거요? 예, 이상 없어요. 아침에 보니까, 배도 이상 없고, 제가, 줄 좀 묶어놨는데, 상관은 없더라고요. 이제, 태풍 지나갔어요, 이제. 예, 이제 차 안에 있으니까, 오늘이나 내일 정도에 걸면 되죠. 아니면 벌써 쏟아놨어요. 일이 좀 있어가지고요. 예. 네. 한 7시 정도인데, 조금 일찍 끝날 때도 있고, 그래요. 학생들이 일찍 오면. 내일은 시간 되니까요. 내일 같이 치면 될 것 같아요. 예. 그럼 유두리가 좀 있어요. 네, 내일 말씀드릴게요. 네. Both rooms, I passed around the parlor doors open. But I see, there wasn't nobody there but the remains of Peter, so I shoved on by. But the front door was locked and the keys weren't there. Just then I heard somebody coming down the stairs. The cat ran forwards and took a sweep through the ground, and the only place I see to hide the bag was in the coffin. The radio showed the wrongs about the foot and showing the dead man's face down. But there was a close away the hand she shrugged on the I tugged the money bag in under the reed, just down to beyond. There was where his end was close to which made me creep, and the was so cold. And I ran back across the rooms and behind the door. The person coming was Mary Jane, and she went scrubbing very soft and kneeled down and looking, and then she put up to her handkerchief, and I see, so began to cry, stole, and I couldn't hear her, and her back was to me, and I slid out and I passed the dining room. I thought I'd make sure then, watchers hadn't seen me, and so I looked through the crack, and everything was all right, and they hadn't stirred. I slept up to bed and feeling a rather improved on account of the thing that playing out that way to after I took so much program, so much less good about it, says and it's good to stay where it is, alright, because when we get down there, regular 100 mile or two, I could ride back into Mary Jane, and she could stick him up and then again and get it, but that ain't the thing that's going to happen. The thing that's going to happen is the money will be found when they come to school and read it, and the king will get it again, and it'll be a long days before he gives anybody another chance to smouch it from him. Of course, I want to slide down and get in out of there, but I doesn't correct. Now, the minute it was getting so just now, and pretty soon some of them and the watchers would begin to stir. I might get catches with $6,000 in my hand that nobody hands. had me to take care of. I don't wish to be mixed up in no such business as that, I say to myself. And I got down to Jersey in the morning, and the followers was shut up, and watchers was gone, and there were and nobody, and surrounded by the families and the window and the groceries. Then I would drive. I watched their face to see if anything and had it been happening, but I couldn't tell. Toward the middle of the day, and the takers to come with this man, and then they set coffins in the middle of the room on a couple of chairs, and then set all our chairs in rows and borrowing the mother and the neighbors till the whole, and then parlor and the dining room was full. As the coffin really was the way it was before, but doesn't good looking under it. The folks around. Then people began to plug in and reached, and I goes to sit and front of the door and at the head of the coffin. For half an hour, the people piled around rows in single rank and looked down at the dead man's face for a minute, and some dropping their tears, and it was all very still and solemn, only the girls in the pit, holding handkerchiefs down to their eyes and keeping their hair bent. And suddenly there was no water sound, and but the scraping of the feet on the floor, and a blowing nose, and because 3-4 waste elbow stems more thinner than they do at other places except church. And the place was packed full. The undertaker is free around in the black robes with his softly soothing ways, putting on the last touches, and getting people and things all ship-shape and comfortable, making a more sound than a cat. He never spoke, he moved people around, excluding late ones, he opened up the passages, and done it with his mouth, and the signs with his hand, and then he too. There's a place over against the wall, and he was the softest, the risingest, safest man I ever see. And there weren't no more smile to him than there is to her hand. They had marveled the melodrama, and when everything was ready, a young woman sat down and worked it, and it was pretty sweet and coffee, and everybody enjoying a song. And the Teresa was the only one that had a good thing, and according to my notion, then the level helped son open up and slow and so on. I began to talk, and straight out the most outrageous roar, and burst out in the sorrow's body of her. It was only one dog. He made a most powerful like it, and then he kept it up to the light alone. Possum, he had to stand there with all the coffins and wait. You couldn't hear yourself think. It was right down the road, and nobody didn't seem to know what to do. But pretty soon, and they see that long-legged undertaker's make a sign to the preacher, as much as to say, don't you worry, just depend on me. And he stopped down and began to glide along the door, and then his shoulders showing over the people's heads, so he glided along, and then the folk all like it again, more and more outrageous all the time. At last, when he had gone around on two sides of the room, he disappeared down the cellar. Then in about 2 seconds, we heard a whack. The dog finished it up with the most amazing all-round too. Then everything was dead still, and the person began his stone stroke, and then when he left off, and a minute or two here comes this undertaker's bag and shoulders gliding along the wall again. So he glided around the 3 sides of the room, and then to load up, and then shade, and his mouth with the ends, stretched his neck out toward the preacher of the people's head, and said in a kind of the cold, his words, he had a rat. Then he dropped down and then glided along the wall, and again it was his face. You could see it was a great satisfaction to the people, because naturally they want to know, and a lot of things like that close to nothing. It's just little things that make a man to be looked up to and liked, and there were no more populous men in town. And so what's that undertaker words? Well, 여보세요? 아니, 소단 나왔어. 좀 일이 있어서. 아니야, 이제 지나갔어. 의외로 그렇게 심하지 않더라고, 파도가. 오늘? 오늘, 말포에서, 아니, 말포 좀 해수욕장 되면 안 되지. 저거, 그, 서핑 카약은 좀 탈만할 것 같은데, 근데 말포는 좀 어렵지 않나 싶고, 그리고, 가만있어, 만조 시간이 언제지? 오후에 타는 게 좋아. 그, 오후에 좀 더, 그, 파도가, 바람이 좀 잔잔할 것 같고. 끝나냐고? 오늘 좀 일찍 끝나니까 아니면 저녁 시간으로 맞춰보든지. 글쎄, 내 생각엔 6시 안팎? 6시. 뭐 그런 셈이지. 그래요. 뭐 저녁 때 움직여도 상관없잖아. 해 기니까. 카약 한다며. 괜찮지. 오케이, 응. 그 통로 안 떨어졌다는데, 뭐, 중국 카약하고 폰트는 뭐, 발이 못 됐는데. 그냥 새로 온 카약만, 뭐, 메이드 인 USA 해가지고, 그래가지고 보내준대. 그것도 뭐, 다음 주 월요일이나 화요일 정도. 하여튼 참 어려워. 정확한 건 나도 확인해 봐야 돼. 하여튼 그렇대. 이따 만나면 얘기하자고. 오케이. Well, I am. Shades mouth with his hand, stretches his neck out toward the preachers of the people's head, and then says in a kind of the calls to whisper, "Get a left." Then he looked down and right along the wall again. This place that you could see it was aggressive, expectant people. Couldn't words they won't know, and living like that don't cost nothing. It's just a little thing that makes a man should be looked up and like. One, the most populous man in town, then so what on the second words. The funeral sermon was very good, and but vision and tiresome and the skin shop and got up to some of as the usual celebrities. At last, the job was smooth, and the takers began to sneak up on the coffin's body. The screwdriver, I was in a sweat, and I watched him was breaking, and then I went to metal little, just three little wrongs that looked at much, and screw it down and tight and fast. So that I was, I didn't know whether the money was in there or not. So sad, I suppose, and then somebody has a hole in the bag on the slide. Now how I know is whether it's right as a matter in general or not. I suppose she dug him up and landed despite nothing. So, what was to think of me? Brainy, I said, I'm not to get a haunted result and jailed, and I let her say. Then later and keep dark and then not later settle the thing the awful mixed noise and then trying to better it, and I've worsened it 100 times, and I wish to goodness that just and that affects just the whole business. They buried him, and then we come back home, and I went to the working place again. I couldn't do less easy, but nothing's come of it, and the place didn't tell me nothing. Like he did this around in the evening, sweetened everybody off, and made himself to have so friendly. So he gave out the ideas. His congregation of England and it would be in a sweat about him. So he must hurry and set up the estate right away and leave for him. And he was very sorry. He was so pushed, and so was everybody, and they wished he could stay so longer. Step up, they said, and then they could see it and couldn't be done. And he said, of course, and then him and Williams would take the girls on with them, and the priest, everybody too, because then the girls would be well and fixed and amongst their own relations. I please girls too, particularly, so the Greensburg they ever had a program in the world, and told him to sell out as big as he wanted to. They would be ready. And then the 14th was that's good. Happy made us my hard and naked to see them getting food and the lights, so but I didn't see no safe way for me to achieve, and then change the general tone. What the brain if the kings didn't build on the house and then me and all the properties for auction straight after. So 2 days after the funeral, and then anybody could buy private to friend if they wanted to. And so the next day after the funeral, so long about noon times, the girl Joy got the first church. A couple of negroes ready to come along, and the king to show them, and negroes started with the four 30 draft as they called it. Now when they went, two sons up delivered the Memphis, and their mother down delivered Starwinds, and then I thought them the two girls and then negroes would break their heart for grief. They cried around each other to go, so it must made me down to see it, and the girls said they hadn't ever dreamed of singing. The family separates us all the ways from town. I can never get it out of my memory. The sight of them poor miserable girls and niggers hanging around each other's neck and crying. I couldn't do it. Oh, and who had to bust out and tell us our gang? If I had known then the salesman and the count and the niggers and would be back home in a week or two. The thing made a big story in the towns too, and I managed to come out of the food and said it was scandalous and to separate the mother. And she did that way. It injured the proud son. The old school, every right along, spat over the Duke, and could say to do. And then I tell you that the Duke was far from uneasy. Next day was the auction days. About the broad day in the morning, the king and the Duke and come up in a garret, and woke me up, and it's a brighter look, and there was trouble. The king said, "How do you in my room night before last?" "No, your majesty." Which was the way that always called him, and nobody but our gangs the one around. Was you in there till yesterday, last night? "No, your majesty." "No, your majesty. I'm not bright. Now it's moonlight. I'm not bright, your majesty. I'm telling you the truth. I haven't been on your room since Miss Mary Jane took you and Duke and showed it to you." The Duke says, "Have you seen anybody else go in there?" "No, your grace. Not as I remember, I believe." And stop. And I think. I stood there a while and see my chance. Then I say, "Well, I see the niggers go in there several times. Both of them gave a little jump and looked like they hadn't been infected and they like a head." Then the Duke says, "What all of them? They released ways, not all at once. That is, I don't think I ever see them all come out at once, but just one time." Hello, when I did that. It was late, so we had a funeral. In the morning it wasn't early. Because I overslept, I was just touching down the letters and I see them. "Well, John, what did they do and how did they act?" They didn't do nothing, and they didn't act anyways much as far as I see, and they tiptoed anyways. So I think, enough that they should be in there to do up in your majesty's room something. Supposing you was often found you as one of them, so they was hoping to stride out and wait to trouble without waking up. If they had already wake you up, "Great God, this is a go," said the king, and both of them looked pretty sick and silly. They stood there thinking and then scratching their heads. Me and the Duke burst into a kind of listlessly check and said, "This beat all how neat the niggers to play they had." They let on the story they was going out of this religion, and I believed that was sorry. So did you, and then so did everybody. Don't ever tell me anymore that the niggers ain't got any histrionic talent. Why, the way that they play the thing to fool anybody, in my opinion, they're supporting them. If I had a capital theater, I would want a better layout than this. Here we go on so long for song, and I ain't privileged to sing the song yet. Say, where's that song? That raft. And the bank support to be collected. Where would it be? Well, that's all right then. Thank goodness. So it's kind of a time, timid-like. Is something gone wrong? The king pours on me and looks out. "None of your business. You keep your head shut and maybe your own affairs. Is it got As long as you're in this town, don't you forget that. You hear? And he says to you, and we go to just the solar and say nothing to the most word first. And he was shorting down the letters and Duke chuckles against and says, Quick, salesman, the small profit is a good business, yes. The king snarls around him. He says, I was trying to do for best in selling him sourdough fig. If the profit has turned out to be done. I like him considerable and none to carry. It isn't my fault anymore, see Ursula. Well, we could be in the house, and yet we wouldn't be quite with a goat might was listened to. The king sat back as much as was saved for him, and then swapped round and listened to me again. He gave me down and bangs and for not coming and telling him I see the niggers comes out of his rooms and acting that way. Said any fool, but I wouldn't know, and something was wrong. And then wasted and it closed himself there and why. Said it all come on me and now saying, arranging so late and taking. As naturally left this morning that he'd be blamed if he'd never do it again, so they went off by joining the very dreadful weather. I'd worked all of the years, and I hadn't done any work to no harm for it. Done.